Welcome everybody who's joined me today. This is a gentle yoga practice to open the heart and open the hips. We will also include some restorative poses. So that's why I have all these wonderful toys next to me. You'll need either a wall or a chair for the end, a blanket that you can roll up to put under the heart at one point and put under the neck at another, and a strap or a belt or tie or a kitchen towel that you could, a couple kitchen towels perhaps, that you could give yourself some opening here through your heart center. And then 2 blocks, or if you have really strong cushions, you can use those, or even 2 big books. That's always useful too. Let's start in by finding our comfortable seat. I like to put my heels in alignment right in front of the groin and move the muscles from the sits bones. You want the pelvis to tilt forward slightly. That's one option. You can also try Sukhasana, bringing your feet under your knees. That feels for you. You can sit on your blanket also. And that gives you a little more lift, okay? And your pelvis can tilt forward. Let's give you a really comfortable seat. Let's start in to this practice with a big exhale. But let's do it through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose. Good. That helps to release tension around the heart. 2 more. Great way to purify our expression. Breathe in. The eyes closed or eyelids lowered. Notice any sensations that come up from that. Nothing's too small not to notice. Everything can be noticed. And we'll open the eyes and bring our hands towards the heart center. Anjali Mudra. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And I like to add in, may my actions contribute to the happiness and the freedom for all beings. Take a big exhale. Inhale deeply. Join in or just listen and enjoy the vibration. Om Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Twice again. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Last one. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti together. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And then opening the eyes, and feel free to change your position. So if you want to move one foot a little different, if you want to take one foot forward, it's nice to move the position. It really helps you to open your hips. We tend to go into the position of a seated pose with maybe the right leg forward all the time or the left leg forward all the time. So then we compensate through the spine. Let's change that. So move the other foot forward, or maybe even change the position altogether. Now I'm going to go back to the heels in front of the groin instead of feet under the knees. I'm going to lower the chin towards the throat. I like to even put my hands under my thighs for this, so I remember to keep my shoulders far from my ears. Inhale, we're going to start with some head circles. Inhale, take your chin to your right shoulder, and then all the way up to what would be 12 o'clock. And then exhale from 12 o'clock over to 9 o'clock and down to 6 again. Inhale through the right. and up. Exhale, left and down. One more time in this direction. Inhale, right and up. Exhale, left and down. Let's try the other direction. Inhale, left. Through 9 o'clock up to 12 o'clock goes the chin. Exhale to the right through 3 and down to 6 o'clock. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then bringing yourself back to the center. Spine in neutral. You can release your hands from under your legs if you have them there. I'm going to lower our right ear to our right shoulder. Really drop the right shoulder. So it's not a practice where we bring the shoulder to the ear. We really want to drop it. And then bring your right hand out, palm facing up, keeping the shoulder down. See if you can place your hand on the outside of the head or closer to the ear. Don't pull, just the weight of your hand is enough. Feel the lovely stretch you're getting on the left neck flexors. 3 more breaths for a total of 5. 2 more breaths. And 1 more delicious breath here. Now lower your chin towards your left collarbone. Good, and just release your hand a little bit. You can still have your hand on your head, but don't press. Just notice the stretch. 1 more breath. And come back in the same direction. So from collarbone, the chin goes to the right and up. And then bring your head back to neutral. Let's get that same feeling on the other side. So we're going to lower the left shoulder, lower the left ear. Just that feels so freeing for the right side, right? Bring your left arm up and over. Keep both shoulders down. Make sure the hand is lightly placed on the outer side of the head or closer to the ear. Lower the eyelids or close the eyes. You have 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Inhaling, expanding, and exhaling, contracting. Good. Now slowly lower your chin towards your right collarbone. Your hands more towards the back of your head now. Don't push. Just stay there. Lower both shoulders. You could even drop your left hand if you wanted to, if your shoulder was grumpy. Take 1 more breath. Chin to right collarbone. And then lift it in the same way you came down. And then turn your head back to neutral. All right, nice open neck now. Great for some pranayama practice. So we're going to practice pranayama in the form of langana, a relaxing pranayama. We're going to take our left hand in jnana mudra. I'll lead you through this. Right hand will be in Vishnu. So the palm opens, the thumb opens, and the last two, or sorry, palm is closed, thumb opens, last 2 fingers. What we're going to be doing is moving from side to side using our thumb and our ring finger. But we're going to hold on the exhale to get a little more relaxation in our system. So it will look like this. I'll show you 1 round. Please watch me first. Inhale through the left. And then we'll exhale, change to the right. And we'll hold it out for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale on the right. And then exhale on the left. And we'll hold it out 1, 2, 3. Then we'll start there again. All right? I'll lead you through it. Hand in Vishnu. Take your thumb to your right nostril. Just have 3 rounds of this. And it doesn't have to press hard. Just a light press of the thumb under the bony part. And let's inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if you can go to 5 or 6. And then exhale, change to the right. So you're closing off your left nostril with your ring finger. 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to be staying here. So close both nostrils and hold the air out for the count of 3, 2, 3. Open your thumb again. Inhale, right side. As deep and long of an inhale as you can, but don't hold it. Change. Exhale on the left. 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to stay here. We're going to hold the breath out. 1, 2, 3. Go back to opening your left side. Inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change. Exhale right. 4, 5, 6. Here's where we hold it out. Hold all the air out. 2, 3. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale, change to exhaling on the left. 4, 5, and 6. Hold the air out. 2, 3. Open the left side again. Inhale. This is our last round. Exhale on the right. Hold the air out for 3. We're going to open our right side again. Inhale on the right. And thumb comes to the right nostril. Exhale on the left for our last hold. First exhale, and then we'll hold. 4, 5, 6. Hold it out. 1, 2, and 3. And release your hand. Close the eyes or lower the eyelids. Breathe in through both nostrils. It can be a little complicated, this Nadi Sodhana practice. It's excellent for turning on your rest and digest nervous system, which is what we're after. See if both sides of your nostrils feel more or less open, equally open. Maybe you have a deviated septum or a little more difficult time breathing through one nostril today. Just be aware of it. Right, and then opening the eyes, coming into a little spinal warm up. Bring your hands to the fronts of your legs or your knees, just below the bottom of the knees, more towards the shins. I'm going to practice a seated cat-cow. Inhale, lift your chest forward. So I'll come sideways so you can see how that looks. Lift your chest forward. And then exhale, I want you to round your shoulders, gaze into your navel. Really exaggerate it here. Really gaze into the navel. Shoulders go way forward. Inhale, shoulders go back and down. Chest lifts. Gaze goes to third eye. Exhale, round the spine. We're going to adopt Ujjayi breath. So slight constriction in the throat on the inhale and the exhale. Inhale. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale. Exaggerate. Let's take 2 more rounds of this. Inhale. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Look up to the third eye. And then exhale, round everything. Sink back. Gaze into the navel. Great work. And then inhale, come back to neutral. All right, we're going to play a little with our hips first today. And that'll start with bound angle pose. So you don't have to take your heels in very close. If it's comfortable for you to, you may actually bring your bottom to your heels. That's a nice practice. But if that doesn't feel comfortable on your knees, there's no reason why you can't scooch back and scooch back a little bit further. All right, so you can take your knees. We're going to start bouncing them like butterfly wings. I'm always tempted to chant the mantra, the song that I do with the children, fly like a butterfly. So I always feel like I'm kind of flying like a butterfly here with my wings. flapping, moving. You can close your eyes and just visualize your heart lifting, knees opening, probably building some heat in your adductors and your hips, outer hips too. Maybe your thighs start to feel some heat. Good, we're gonna keep going. We've got 10 seconds left, so a full minute of this. Excellent for removing stuck energy in the lower chakras today. Purification. There's some purification going on. Good, and then bring the knees back to the center. Whew. And you want a comfortable place to sit on, so if you need a blanket underneath, you can. We're gonna rock our hips side to side. This is excellent for a massage in the gluteal area. You can get into the different layers. The glutes are comprised of so many layers. And so we're trying to get into the layers, going a little deeper. This is an excellent movement for sciatica, especially if it's caused by the piriformis, squeezing the sciatic nerve, which is a muscle that's very deep in the gluteal complex and very small. So it takes a little while here. We're going to be practicing this for 2 minutes, right? And if you feel one place that feels a little tight, just stay there. Like, oh yeah, right? Squeeze your legs together. Also nice for the waist. You get a good stretch through the obliques. Low back gets a little stretchier. Nice. Now for this last minute, we're going to give ourselves the opportunity to kick. So you're going to come to one side and give it a good stretch. And bring it back. Inhale up. Exhale over. Stretch. Inhale up. Exhale over. Give it a good stretch. You even do it with a little force, pulling the belly button back to the spine. If your wrists are tired, you can come onto your fists. Last 10 seconds. Last one. And come back to the center. And now we're ready for some stillness. Okay, so we're going to take this nice rolled blanket, and you can put it under your neck today. Have your 2 blocks for bound angle, reclined bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, where we're going to try to stay for 3 minutes. So having said 3 minutes, you're probably thinking, I better make sure I'm really well propped. Smart. So we're going to bring ourselves down to the floor. Neck is on the roll, back of head, bottom of the skull on the roll. Knees are together. You're going to open your knees just like we did in our bound angle seated. And you might choose a really high prop here, which is useful if you're not sure if your hips are going to start to ache after 3 minutes, okay? If you have rather open hips, you can go a little lower. You also don't need the blocks. If you have very open hips, then just adore this posture. So I'm going to take my blocks on low octane, bring my arms into a cactus pose, lower the eyelids. We're going to try to be here for 3 minutes. Remember, if you feel any pain, please come out. If you feel a little stretch or opening, invite it. Give it permission to release. In fact, we're going to add a mantra to our breath. It helps us to invite release here. Inhale, let. Exhale, a long go. Go. We can say it silently to ourselves. Unless we really need it, then we can say it nice and loud. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And keep breathing long, slow breaths. You're also welcome to invite an ujjayi breath. I'll be keeping the time for you. I'm reading to you this morning from Melody Beatty. Let the past slip away. Gently, lovingly, leave past moments behind. You can't lose love. You don't need to hang on so tightly. If the lesson has been learned, if it is time to move on, let the past slip away. Come into the present moment and discover all that is there for you. Clinging to the lessons, people, and feelings from yesterday will keep you tired, confused, and afraid. Shed the tears that need to be shed. Feeling your grief will help bring about your transformation. Then say your goodbyes. Be glad you had the experiences you did. Be grateful for all you've learned about yourself. Then gently move into today. Come gently into now. You have 1 more minute in this posture. At any time, you could prop the knees higher or even stretch the legs long if you need. It can be quite an intense opening. We hold a lot in the hips. If there's somewhere you haven't released yet in the hips or the heart here, the shoulders, please do so now. We have 20 seconds left. You can even exhale your go through the mouth. Go. All right, then we'll all bring our knees very carefully together. Move like you're 100 years old, lifting your knees. Extend the left leg long, bringing the right leg into Ardha Uttanasana. Apanasana, excuse me. Bring the right knee in, holding onto your shin. If you don't have that deep knee flexion, you can instead hold on to the back of the right thigh. Stretching out your back. And giving a nice massage to the intestines today. Okay. And let's try the other side. Straighten the right leg. And bring the left leg in. Again, option to hold on to the back of the thigh. Or you could even take a strap around the thigh. And then, or you can hold on to the left shin. Feel the low back getting a wonderful stretch here. Right leg is active. And then bring both knees in. You can hold on to the backs of the thighs. Stretch your tailbone a little longer towards the end of your mat. Or you can hold on to the shins. And very carefully roll onto your right side and come up to a seat. Next, we're going to work on heart opening. Then we'll have a nice posture at the end to relax our backs. So heart opening today, we're going to take our strap. And in the Nirvana Yoga household, we call this shoulder flossing. We're flossing our shoulders. So we take our hands wider than our shoulders. We're going to lift our arms up and maybe just see how far your arms can go behind you. It doesn't have to be all the way. It doesn't have to be all the way down here. That's quite open shoulders. Bring it back as far as it feels good. Take a big exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, take the arms to the front. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, let go. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale back. Two more. Inhale, reach up. And exhale forward. There we go. Second to last. Inhale up. Exhale. Just take it back as far as it feels good. Try to keep your arms pretty straight. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's try a lateral flexion. So I'm going to move my blanket a little bit. I'm going to take my right hand down to the floor and reach the left arm up. Get a good stretch. So you feel like you're pulling the strap a bit towards the sky. Both arms are trying to be straight. Gaze is forward. Keep both sits bones down. Right hand can go behind your hip a little bit to create some more space. Pull your chin slightly towards your throat so it's not jutting forward, right? And keep the gaze in the center. We only have 2 more breaths. You can come back to your Ujjayi breath, slight constriction in the throat. Tongue towards the roof of the palate. Hearing the inhale and the exhale. Good. Inhale, come back to the center and let's rest for a moment. You're probably feeling this through your upper back. All right, then take the arms up again. And last time, using the strap, left hand down, right arm reaches up. And you give a little pull. Create a good straight strap. Pull the chin in towards the throat and make your neck nice and long. Back very long. Gazing in the same direction as your navel is facing. Lower the eyelids or close the eyes for 3 more breaths that you can hear. And as you're hearing them, imagine the waves coming and going with your breath. One more breath. Nicely done. Inhale, come back to the center, release your strap. And now we have our heart opening restorative pose. And if you really loved the knees being on blocks and hip opening, you can add that to this, or you can just straighten the legs or even bend the knees. So I'm going to roll my blanket just to show you how I rolled it. I have a classic Mexican blanket, and I just rolled the fringe in. Any kind of blanket will do. Even a pillow will do. So you're going to make a nice roll here for putting under the heart. It's going to be right under the heart with the shoulders laying over it. Now, again, if you really loved the hip opening, you could add that to this, but you don't have to. Okay, we can go back to the same part on the lower body that we did for the first pose, first restorative pose. We're going to bring our heart and lay it over the blanket. Notice how it's not on my lumbar spine. Lumbar spine is down here. We really want it under the heart. And we want it just below the armpit so that we can lay our head back And feel some opening here. You can cross your legs, you can bend your knees. Again, you can take your bound angle pose, or you can straighten your legs. Sometimes my students will say, I started to feel it in my low back, so that would be a bend of the knees to take the curve out a little bit, tucking the tail. Find the position for you. We haven't started our 3 minutes here yet. And make sure that you're very, very comfortable. And if you could make yourself even 5% more comfortable, do that now. All right, we'll begin in our 3 minutes in this posture. Again, I'll be reading to you today from Melody Beatty. Let's take one big breath in through the nose. And I want you to breathe out from the heart, opening your mouth. What are you holding on to? That's a parigraha. Attachment. Non-attachment is aparigraha. Breathe in through the nose. Letting it release through the mouth. One more. Good. Sometimes it's not so much what we're holding on to, but what something's got a hold on us, and we need to make a conscious decision to let that go. So opening the heart, arms in a cactus again. Open your heart. She laughed so much, she made me giggle. Do you laugh and smile all the time? I asked the woman. Are you this happy all the time? She said, my heart is open and healed. I laugh a lot, but I cry a lot too. An open heart feels all it needs to feel. Cry when it hurts. And at the end of your tears, you will see more clearly. Tears clear our eyes and our heart. Cry whenever you need to. Laugh often as you can. Laugh with friends. Laugh out loud. The discoveries, the growth, the insights, the closeness, the sharing. The learning doesn't have to be so serious. They don't have to be such somber events. Truth is discovered most often in laughter. Bonds are formed. Love becomes unveiled. Let your breath become natural now. And see if you can just release the control of it. She continues, cry a lot. Laugh a lot. Let life reveal its mysteries to you. Let love find you. Course through you. Touch all you meet through your laughter and tears. The fortunate person is not the one who wins the lottery. That's luck. We find fortune when we open our hearts and learn the secrets of life. Laughter and tears are the signs of an open heart. Feel the wonderful openness of this posture. Again, if you need to bend your knees to support your low back, feel free to do that. Feel the lifting of the heart, the softening of the intercostal muscles. In our last 30 seconds of this delicious posture where we're being supported by a blanket or pillow, It's like someone's got a hold of our heart and is lifting us up. All right, and then we're going to gently open the eyes and bend your knees first. Sorry, roll over to the right and remove the blanket from underneath you, putting it behind your head, laying flat on the floor. Make sure your props are moved from the sides of your mat so you can have some space there to take a nice twist. We're going to bend our knees. And just feel the breath for a moment coming and going through the navel. Inhale, expanding. And exhale, releasing. Our breath has no problem letting go. Inhale, bringing in oxygen, and exhale, letting go. Next, take your left leg nice and long. Pull the right leg in towards the chest. Swing your bottom a little to the right and take your right leg over to the left. Now we're going to get hips and chest. Extend your right arm long and look right if you can. If you want a more restorative version of this pose, you can keep your gaze upward towards the ceiling. That's a little more restorative on the neck. If you want a deeper twist, you can gaze right. Just 1 minute on each side. If your hips feel tight, you can bring your thumb into the place where the hips meet the pelvis and press forward a little bit, or even your base of your hand, just give a little stretch forward. Trying to bring your back of your right shoulder to the floor. And one more breath. And bring your right leg back and let your leg go long. Notice a different side right now. My left side is saying, I'm next, I'm next. I can't wait. All right, swing your hips to the left, pull your left knee in, and take your left leg over to the right. Extend your left arm long. Palm is facing up. Turn your head left if that feels comfortable to you. You can also place the base of your right hand right in that yummy, juicy point between where your femur connects to the hip socket. Press it forward towards the end of your mat, giving a little more space to the hip joint. Big breaths in any tight spots. Just being with this opening, you're getting a beautiful opening through your pectoral muscles. This is hard to come by these days. Most of us are tight there from electronics, our work, especially working from home on the computer all the time. If you're doing that, you might have tight pectoral muscles. Hips getting a nice opening, big change from sitting. And then slowly bring the head back to the center and bring your left leg back to the center. And stretch your left leg long, opening the arms, bringing your arms a little bit closer to the body, but opening the arms by externally rotating through the shoulders, pulling your shoulder blades together on your back and palms turning up. Feet are wide apart. Chin comes towards the throat. Take a big breath in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. One more breath. Well done. Bending the knees. We're going to have some flowing back bends. So you can watch me first. I'm going to reach my hands towards my heels, making sure my heels are close enough to my bottom so there won't be any strain in my knees. If you do feel any strain in this posture, you can always walk your feet a little further forward, okay, not closer back. And we're going to inhale, lifting the bottom, reaching the arms up and over the head, chin to the throat, gazing at the navel. And as we come down, we exhale, bringing our hands back towards our feet and our bottom to the floor. See if you can synchronize the bottom coming to the floor and the hands coming down. And synchronize the bottom coming up and the hands going overhead. Ready? We're going to be here flowing for 1 minute, so you can move nice and slow or more swiftly. It's up to you. And we'll begin now. Inhale, lift. Lift as high as you can, though. Engage your glutes, squeeze your legs towards one another. Imagine they have a magnet in between them. And then exhale, come down. With control and using your core muscles, bring your hands down. At the same time, your bottom touches. Keep going. Drishti, your gaze is at your navel. Pelvic floor is engaged. A little lifting of the pelvic floor. That'll keep your pelvis stable. You have 30 seconds left. See if you can lift both sides of your pelvis evenly. Sometimes mine wobbles side to side as I'm coming up. Exhale. Good. Excellent. Now extend your arms out in a T. Separate your feet the distance of your mat and drop both knees to the left to neutralize. Look right. 5 breaths. If you close your eyes and just watch your breath. If you enjoy the mantra, let go, stick with it. Last breath here. Head comes back to neutral, knees come back to neutral. Keep the feet hip width or further than hip width apart, actually the distance of your mat. And here we're going to drop both knees to the right, head going left. Third breath here. Fourth breath. And fifth breath. And bring the knees back to the center and feet closer together. Pull your knees in towards your chest. One more time. Rock a little side to side. Again, your hands can go to the thighs if you prefer, back behind the thighs, or to the shins. Chin towards the throat, lengthening the neck on the floor, just giving your back a nice massage. And let's roll to our left and come up to our seat. So now comes the moment we've all been waiting for. You can take your legs up the wall or your legs to a chair. So I'll show you what it looks like first, legs to chair. You're going to find that your knees are bent at the edge of the chair. That's why it's nice sometimes for people with really long tibias and fibulas to have their back out of the chair so they can put their feet under. In my case, I don't really need it, but I'll take them there anyway because the back is open. I want this to be nice and long here. We really want to focus on lengthening the low back and pressing the belly button towards the floor. So we're going to restore our low backs here. Okay, so this is option one. If you don't have a chair handy, you can come to the wall, and you might want to bring your blanket or your mat with you. And putting your blanket against the wall, take one side of your body against the wall and lay back. And then swing your legs around. Now your bottom is not touching the wall. You have about a hand space. Spread your fingers wide. You've got about a hand space in there. And you can bend your knees or you can straighten your legs. If you have a strap and you would like to, because we're going to be here for 5 minutes, you're welcome to use your strap around your thighs or even your calf muscles. I'll give us a little time to set this up before we begin our 5 minutes together. Okay, when you're in your pose, take a big breath in. Through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. And we're going to start alternate nostril breathing without using our hands. So inhale, please, through the left nostril. Exhale through the right. Watch the breath moving through the right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Exhale, left. Good. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. And exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. And exhale, left. And now let the control of the breath go. Press the belly button down towards the floor, restoring the back, low back area. Feel free to close your eyes or lower your eyelids. Being kind to yourself with your practice today. It may bring kindness to everything you do. I'm reading to you from Mother Teresa, original version by Kent Keith, the final analysis. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone may destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you've got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it's all between you and your higher self, or the divine, or the universe. It was never between you and them anyway. And from this position of legs up the wall or legs on a chair, slowly bend your knees in towards your chest. Just feel the sensations. And roll to one side so that you can come out of your pose and make it your way to your mat for Shavasana. So I'm going to move my chair. In our Shavasana today, you might choose to have a blanket under your head. So lift your head a little bit and bring your chin towards your throat. So we want the chin really close to the throat, the forehead's higher, turning on our rest and digest or our relaxed nervous system. Separate your feet as far as you'd like to. Open your palms, roll your shoulders out, pulling the shoulder blades slightly together. Lift your bottom, extending your tailbone towards your heels, and then lower your bottom carefully. Lift your head again, chin coming towards the throat, and make sure your long neck is getting a good stretch here. Like a nice long neck, no curved neck. I'm going to breathe up the whole left side of the body with our mind. Inhale from your left toes, through your left shoulder, into the left nostril, to the point between the eyebrows. And exhale from the point between your eyebrows, down your right nostril, shoulder, into the right hip and right foot. Inhale up right side. All the way up to the center of the eyebrows, and exhale down the left. Right. And come back to a natural breath. Let go of each body part that I mentioned. You don't have to move them. Just bring your awareness there and your mental let go. Center of the eyebrows, throat center, right shoulder, right elbow, and wrist. All of the right fingers, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of the throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left fingers, all of them, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of the throat once again, heart center, right side of chest, heart center, left side of chest, heart center, navel center, center of the pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, all of the right toes, right ankle, knee, hip, center of the pelvis. Release your left hip, knee, ankle, all of the left toes, left ankle, knee, hip, center of the pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of the throat, center of the eyebrows. Big exhale here. Whole body is heavy on the floor and relaxed. So heavy that your spirit, the rest of your body, your subtle body, could float. You've let go of the outer body. We'll slowly start to come back into the physical body.
So as if you were pouring yourself back into your renewed, relaxed, restored physical body with a happy low back, happy hips, open heart. Start to feel the places that your body is touching the floor. All the points, hands on the floor, feet, back of head, back. Just notice that touch, that point where they meet. And then start to move your fingers and move your toes, wrists, and ankles. Turn your head right and left. And then take any other stretches that feel good to you. Maybe a happy baby, a little rocking side to side. Stretch the legs back. And then bend your knees, please, and roll onto your right side. Your head is laying on your right arm and your nose is turning down. 5 breaths here. You have 2 left. And then bringing the left hand in front of the heart, slowly lift yourself to a seat. Taking any comfortable position for your feet and your legs. Maybe you find you have a little more freedom in your hips. Close your eyes for a moment and just notice a difference in your body from when you joined the practice. On this day. And then notice a difference in your mind. Maybe clearer, calmer, not worried. No repeating soundtrack. Mind, no samskaras. Clear, light, free, liberated. That's our goal. Liberated from whatever binds us. Non-attachment, aparigraha. The yamas and niyamas of our yoga foundation, the 8 limbs of yoga by Patanjali. Pure, positive, clear. Saucha, a niyama, a personal practice in this foundation of yoga. Bringing the hands to the heart center, lengthening spine, chin towards the throat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti to close our practice. Breathing in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for allowing me to lead your practice. It's been an honor doing so.